Hi and welcome to Heart Shaped Cake. I'm prepping for my DIY cookie boxes for the Christmas edition. It's not quite Christmas yet, but I have some early markets and I would like to bring those boxes. I have my cookie cutters ready to go, my rolling pin, and all my ingredients for my family recipe for the sugar cookies. 375 grams of flour, just all-purpose flour, 125 grams of sugar, a package of vanilla sugar, you get a similar brand at the store, a pinch of salt, a little bit of ground vanilla bean or flavoring of your choice, 1 egg, and 250 grams of butter. So we are just going to dump everything into our bowl to get our nice cookie dough. We start with the flour, just dump it in your bowl. Then our sugar, vanilla sugar as well. All the butter. And our egg. There we go. Use the paddle attachment and just start mixing until it comes together. I prefer to use cold butter. You can use room temperature butter, but then you should put it in the fridge to let it rest and cool down. My oven is already preheated to 150 degrees Celsius, convection baking, and we're going to start to mix our cookie dough. My cookie dough is all ready, so it should look like this. Mine is pretty firm because I used the cold butter, which is good. Just knead it lightly. Flour your surface, your countertop, and also put a little bit of flour on top and on your rolling pin. And just roll it out until it has the thickness you like. I prefer using those silicone rings. They came with the rolling pin, but you can also use, I don't know what's the word for it, like wooden pieces. They come in different sizes. You can also just eyeball it. Sometimes I do that, but it's really convenient to use those silicone rings. And because I'm prepping for my DIY Christmas cookie boxes, I have some nice shapes here, like a snowflake, Christmas tree, little gingerbread man, and some mittens. I'm just trying to fit as much as possible on here without the need of rolling it out again. If you are finished with all the cookies, just place them on your prepared cookie sheet with the parchment paper. Just leave a little bit of space in between. Usually they don't spread, but nope, they slide a little bit. Here we are, and I'm going to bake them for the next 15 to 17 minutes. I start with 15 minutes and then add another minute or two if they need to. Cookies are all done, they look great, and I just let them cool completely and put them on a wire rack, and then we can start putting the box together. My Christmas sample cookies are already done, cooled down, and now I'm going to make my icing for the DIY cookie decorating boxes, and I would like to create a nice pastel colored theme, like fitting or matching the sprinkles that I'm going to use. I have my icing sugar ready. We need 4 cups of icing sugar. Just going to dump it into my mixing bowl. I don't sift it, others do. I find it's just going to make a whole mess. I add 2 tablespoons of meringue powder and 1/2 of a teaspoon, and mix that with my icing sugar. Using a knife to level your tea or tablespoon makes it easier. Give it a quick mix before you add 1/4 of a cup water, lukewarm water, and then I'm going to add the corn syrup. I have 1/4 cup of lukewarm water. I'm going to give it a mix before I add my, what do I have? 2 tablespoons of corn. Oh my God. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. No. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of white corn syrup or light corn syrup, whatever it is called. Just give it a mix, let the water incorporate, and then add the syrup. Your mixture should look like that, a little bit crumbly before you add the corn syrup. And then we're going to gradually add 1 to 3 tablespoons of water. 2 teaspoons corn syrup. This recipe is called a soft bite royal icing. Give it a mix, and then I add 1 to 3 tablespoons of water to reach the perfect consistency or texture for the royal icing. It shouldn't be too runny, but it shouldn't be too thick either. I always clean off my whisk and the side of the bowl to make sure that all the icing sugar is incorporated and that there are no sugar lumps, whatever you call it. Sometimes I'm just missing the right words. I'm not a native speaker, so bear with me. I'm using kind of cake scraper to scrape off the sides of the bowl and a little bit around the bottom, because I find the sugar tends to stick to that. Grab your whisk, let some icing drop into your bowl, and just watch it if it disappears until you count to 15. You can use a spray bottle to add water to make sure you don't add too much at a time, or just use teaspoon, whatever you have on hand. I grab a bowl and my scale to measure how much icing I have. So I can divide it evenly. In between, always add your royal icing with wet kitchen towel or like dish cloth or whatever. I've got to, okay, 708 grams. I need 1 part white, and then I have a light green in mind, a light brown for the gingerbread mans, and maybe a pink or a purple. Let's see. 59 grams per bag. You can see it's pretty thick, but that's the right texture or consistency for it. First one done. I think I'm going to do the pink one first. Again, another bowl, 59 grams of icing. And for having a light pink, I only need like a mini drop of food coloring. Let's see if this is going to work. That was just a mini drop. It's almost too pink for what I wanted to have, but that's fine. I might add a little bit of brown to soften the pink. Make sure it's not too much. I'm using a toothpick. Just adding like tiny amounts of the brown. Again, grab your icing bag, store it or put it in that jar to make it easier to fill it, and fill the royal icing in it. I need green, and for that I don't have green with my food coloring. I'm going to use yellow and blue, again with the toothpick, because I would like to have just a light shade of it. And since I don't have a lot of icing, a little goes a long way. It's almost a mint green. I really like it. And together with the pink, and then we're going to have a light brown with it. It's going to be really great. If you see all 4 icing colors together, I find it's a nice color scheme and it fits perfectly to my Christmas sprinkle mix. You have the gingerbread, you have some candy, you can do the trees or whatever, and a little snowflake or for snow in general. Yeah, really nice. For the DIY cookie decorating boxes, I need to pack my cookies individually, and I decided to go with Ziploc bags. I used heat sealing bags before, but I find those are great because if the kids finish their cookies, they can put it back in the bag and bring it over to a friend or to the grandma to surprise them. So just pack 2 of the shapes in one bag. There we go. Just eat one of those cookies. They are so good and they smell like real vanilla beans and sugary. They're really great. And I have something really exciting here. I didn't unpack it yet, so we're going to look in it right away. Some sweets, thank you so much. Aww. And I love it because there's always something handwritten on the card inside of the package, and yeah, I appreciate that. Some goodies, really sweet. And these are the Christmas cookie boxes, so I didn't see them before in real. Oh my god. They're so amazing. So you have a coloring picture on the back. You have a little maze on the inside. A Christmas joke. And your instructions. I always place my my own instruction in it, but yeah, this is so great. So we're going to leave one outside for the sample box, and I'm going to take pictures of and a little video. Amazing. I can't wait to put those together. There's also another package waiting for me to look into it. And it contains my Christmas sprinkles, like part of it. Aww, some goodies. I really like that. The colors match perfectly. And even with this one, it's awesome. It has little gingerbread men and it's so cute. So those are my 3 sprinkle mixes for the pastel colored box. I have some colorful sugar as well, like coarse sugar that comes in all kinds of colors. So I might add it here and there to a box. But yeah, I'm just going to clean up my counter and then we're ready to pack my Christmas cookie box. I use those little food containers for my sprinkles because I find it looks nice. So I'm just going to add the first sprinkle mix to it. Make sure I have a little bit of everything in it. Usually I just fill it up halfway. Can you see the little gingerbread in there? The gingerbread man? It's so sweet. So the second mix has a little bit more color in it. Some Christmas trees, gifts, little gingerbread mans. And the third one reminds me a little bit more of a Grinchmas mix. It's really sweet. And with my icing colors, another like a light blue, a baby blue would also fit. Maybe a darker green or also red. Really nice. I have my Christmas DIY cookie box here. The packaging, I always place Pringle paper inside to, as a bit, yeah, kind of a safety, or how to say that, to keep the cookies safe, right? I place the bigger cookies in the box first, and then the little gingerbread man on top. I have the icing bags that go into the box. And then, of course, our sprinkles. And there we go. It's a great activity for kids, for adults. If you have like a stormy weekend, the kids are bored, it's such a great activity, and you can, you know, customize them. It's awesome. My kids love to do them, at least my little one. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or if you want to know anything about the tools that I used or my sprinkles, just drop it in the comment section. Thanks.